I'm delighted always to meet all our friends from the press and media here today. We are good friends for the last 35, 40 years, so continue to do so, and for a long period of time. Many of them are close friends of mine today, and so most welcome. I'm really happy to be here. Happy here because we are now going to deliver a new concept that we have created. As Jimmy just mentioned over here, that in the last 35, 40 years, we created ideas of township. We always tried to create something which was a USP, something different than what other people were doing. And fortunately, people loved it. When we're now coming up with newer places, there are different ways in which you can create great USPs. And what do I mean by great USP? A great USP is to create a destination. एक जगह हम जाना चाहते हैं. Gateway of India is a destination. Worli Bandar Bridge is a destination. Nita Ambani Cultural Center is a destination. These are destinations where people will always remember that there is a place to go which is very different and represents Mumbai. So when you say and talk about good places in Mumbai, these are the centers that you think of. When we talk about Pune and the idea working over there were several ideas and concepts that came to our mind. What is that concept that we need to do to make that difference into making it not just one other project? Because so many people are doing nice projects, good builders, good quality also. But how do you make that into a destination? हम लोग कहाँ भी जाएंगे तो there is going to be a destination. Agra cannot live without a Taj Mahal. Delhi cannot be without India Gate and without Rashtrapati Bhavan's picture. We have so many other buildings, or a Qutub Minar. You cannot think of Delhi without those destinations. So our idea was how to create a value proposition for a township and at the same time make it into a destination. And that is where Jimmy, DELLA has come in. So I'm very proud to tell you that instead of looking at something outside or somebody from foreign country, to think of an idea proposition to create a USP for our project in Pune, we thought and discussed and decided that it should be Jimmy Mistry and DELLA. So thank you very much for bringing up this idea and concept in order to make a difference. I am not going to describe the USP. I'm going to let him have the privilege of creating that idea, and he's going to present that to you. But what is that idea? The idea is simple. The idea is to create a USP that if you want to go to Pune, you will first think of this destination. That is the idea. So once it comes up, you will have a beautiful proposition to do it. That's the first point I want to make. The second point that I want to make is the collaborative effort. Hiranandanis are not known for that. We are known for doing everything ourselves. In Powai, we make the buildings ourselves, we make the residential buildings, the commercial buildings, the retail buildings, the school ourselves, the hospital ourselves, we run the school, we run the hospital, we run the supermarket, we run everything, we run the gardens, we run the sweep the streets, we run the security, we do everything. No. In Pune, the concept is absolutely the reverse. So we said, what's the local relationship that we want to take? And that is how KRISALA came into the picture. When we saw 3 young people ready to participate and do the groundwork in that location and actually participate in doing it. I saw some of the projects nearby and I realized that from the ground upwards, they had the resources and they had the guts and they had the fire in the belly. The last is most important. Because a lot of people have a lot of money, a lot of people have experience, but they don't have fire in the belly. कुछ इच्छा नहीं होती है कि कुछ हम करें. And I think I'm looking forward to the young blood that is there from the KRISALA group to actually have that fire in the belly to say. So when I talked to them, they said, आपने पवई किया है ना, उससे कुछ अच्छा हम यहाँ बनाएंगे. बोला क्यों? तो बोला वो आप 35 साल पहले बनाया था ना, वो क्रिएट किया था ना, ये तो आपका नया है. तो हिरानंदानी का नाम जो जुड़ रहा है, अभी हम उससे भी अच्छा यहाँ बनाना चाहते हैं. And actually, I think that sold me to join with them more than anything else. It was not their money, it was not their past experience, which was great, but it was that fire in the belly to do it. So I'm actually looking forward to your actually producing that project, which is going to be greater than what is there in Hiranandani garden. तो लोग हमको हिरानंदानी गार्डन से नहीं पहचानेंगे, पर ये प्रोजेक्ट से हमको पहचानेंगे. That is the understanding of a collaborative relationship. So when Jimmy talks about collaborative relationship, it's that. It's not about money and it's not just about ideas. It's not about it, but it is to create something with a great difference. And that is going to be our aspiration and ambition to do in Pune. How do you create that USP and difference? But we have to say that once we have those ideas in hand, the secret is not to have the ideas, but to make it into financially profitable transactions, which ultimately the market will relish and be willing to give us a higher rate than anybody else. ये business की idea है, or all these people over here are talking about how the pricing, how the work and everything will be far different than what we want to do in there. And why are we doing this? There are a couple of reasons for that. It is in the last couple of years, especially after COVID, that we have seen a market difference in everything that has happened. Earlier, लोग price point के ऊपर बहुत सोचते थे, बहुत गंभीर से विचार करते थे. अभी लोग क्या बोलते हैं? हमें अच्छी चीज चाहिए, हमें बेहतरीन चीज चाहिए, हमें लग्जरी सेगमेंट चाहिए, हमें कुछ अनोखा चीज चाहिए, हमको कोई चीज जो दूसरी चीजों में नहीं है वो हमें देखना है. वो यहाँ हो, खंडाला में हो, पूना में हो या दुबई में हो, हमें ये चीज चाहिए. So the idea of what people now want is very different than what was there before COVID. And that is why the concept that we are trying to create over here is to create something which is going to make a difference. And Jimmy will tell you that. I'm not going to speak about the details of it, and he will explain to you very clearly how this project and the DELLA idea is going to elevate this project to make it so that at least there will be a 25, 30, 40% appreciation of the values of the place that we are now going to construct and deliver into the marketplace. That's the financial part of it. But finance is not the idea. The idea is to create a place with a difference that when you go there, you are happy that this is the kind of place that I would like to go. That makes the biggest difference. हमें खुशी होगी कि हम वहाँ गए और ये प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर हम भाग लिए. So these are the major differences that are going to be there. Why am I speaking so much in detail about this collaborative relationship? The reason is that in the good old days, we didn't need collaboration of this kind. There was no need. And people would not relish that you would say, आपने अच्छा मकान बनाया ना, बहुत अच्छा मकान आपका बना है. हमें दूसरी कुछ चीज़ जरूरत ही नहीं है, हमारे रूम्स बराबर हैं, साइज बराबर है, आपने चीटिंग नहीं की, वाटरप्रूफिंग ठीक है, स्ट्रक्चर बराबर है, हम खुश हैं। अभी ठीक वो बात नहीं है। मैं एक जोक सुनाऊं आपको? कैन आई शेयर अ जोक? 2 साल पहले की बात है। 2 years ago, one customer from Thane came to me. He bought a 4-bedroom flat. अच्छे भाव में बेचा। वो मेरे पास आया, मुझे देखते हैं, बोलते हैं, I'm very unhappy. I said, oh my God, my good customer, unhappy buying a 4-bedroom flat in the Rodas sector, which is one of my best sectors over there in Hiranandani estate, and he is very unhappy. I said, क्या हुआ? कुछ मार्बल का कंप्लेंट था। मार्बल आपका बराबर नहीं है? बोला नहीं, ठीक है। वाटरप्रूफिंग का कोई प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं है। कुछ पेंट का प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं है। क्लब हाउस में प्रॉब्लम है? नहीं है। क्या हुआ? पता है क्या बोला? वो बोले जब भी हमारा फ्लैट का चाबी देने को आए थे ना वो इंजीनियर, तो वो खीसे से ऐसे चाबी निकाल के मुझे दिया और वो चाबी में बदबू आ रही थी। फ्लैट ठीक है, फैंटास्टिक, बिल्डिंग ठीक है, फैंटास्टिक, मार्बल ठीक है बराबर, बिल्डिंग्स बेस्ट इन होल ऑफ थाने, एवरीथिंग बराबर, लेकिन दैट सर्विस विच वाज गिवन वाज नॉट ओके। दैट इंजीनियर केम ओवर देयर, और उससे भी बुरी बात उन्होंने क्या बताया कि मेरे सेक्रेटरी ने मारुति गाड़ी खरीदी, और जब ही उसने मारुति गाड़ी खरीदी तो उनको जो चाबी दिया था ना, तो उसको एक छोटे बॉक्स में दिया था, उसमें 2 चॉकलेट भी थी, और वो चॉकलेट के साथ और एक फूल के साथ हमको मारुति गाड़ी की डिलीवरी दी थी, और उनको ऐसे चाबी दी थी और हमारे पास ऐसे चाबी दी। हमने पहले वो हमारे डिपार्टमेंट को बुला दिया, मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट को, बट भाई अभी एटलीस्ट फूल और चॉकलेट तो सबको दे दो, और ऐसे नहीं हो जाए कि कोई दिन। दिस वॉज जस्ट आफ्टर कोविड व्हेन वी हैड अ प्रॉब्लम एक्चुअली ऑफ डिलीवरी ऑफ द कार। What I want to communicate to you is that the customer of yesterday was very happy with simple apartment building. Today he's not. He wants that extra. He wants the clubhouse. He wants the swimming pool. He wants that extra item. He wants that luxury segment. He wants the school. He wants the hospital. He wants all these items which are to be done. And he's not going to be happy just because you are Hiranandani or you have been able to do that. You have to deliver that extra aspect of it which is to be there. Hence, when we are talking about creating new things and new ideas, this is very clear in our mind that we work with DELLA in order to create this particular type of USP which is going to be different, which is going to be better, which is going to be unique, and hence we will do it. KRISALA and we will actually get the execution on the ground done very properly, and that is the combination of the new elements is there. It is my belief that in the good old days, it was only people overseas who could create quality ideas and delivery that is there. एक जमाना था जब हम समझते थे कि हिंदुस्तानी हम लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं, लेकिन आज के तारीख देखिए, जो रैपिडिटी ऑफ ग्रोथ ऑफ द ताज ब्रांड फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एंड हेंस आई एम श्योर दैट वन डे DELLA itself will be that kind of growth that will be there. KRISALA and we all will have created a USP and a new brand which will be a Hindustani brand, which will be excellent and will be known all over the world, just like the Taj brand is here today. So thank you very much for coming over here. It's my pleasure and privilege to always be with my friends over here, and we look forward to many such ideas. The year is not ended. I've crossed my 75, but I've got 4 or 5 more new ideas to come. So every month I'm going to call you, and we are going to have one idea every month, because I'm not going to rest now because people want me to retire. I'm not retiring. I just wanted to tell you that. Thank you so much. Thank you.